One player chose to have lunch on the pitch. Another player dived so beautifully that Michael Phelps would have been jealous. But that's not even the crazy part. One player couldn't hold it in. His lunch mid-match? Football is the gift that keeps on giving. Here are some more of the funniest moments in football history. Luis Suarez is such a character. An iconic striker who scored so many goals in his prime and even in the latter days of his career. Check out some of the insane goals he scored.
Luis Suarez! Inevitable! Magical! Genius! Suarez! And he threads it through like a camel through a needle! Genius! De Jong, back heel! Oh! The art of Barcelona!
Some striker, am I right? And the best thing about him is that he's just as hilarious as he is amazing. This one time when he played for Atletico, he got so impatient when the referee went to check the VAR screen that he followed him and was peeking over his shoulder. What a guy. Barcelona is still trying to replace him. They even brought in Adama Traoré one time for this reason. We know there's a big gap in quality between these two, but Traoré is no slouch himself. He's literally one of the fastest footballers in the world. And like Rob Holding noted when he defended against him during lockdown football season, he's built like a brick shithouse. I don't blame Holding for snapping at the referee for giving that as a foul. Traoré is a tank. He goes down so easily from that challenge, and that was crazy. But calling him a brick shithouse? Now that is hilarious. We've seen how hilarious it can get when players try to celebrate goals, from funny dances to downright disrespectful gestures. But former Chelsea striker Michy Batshuayi tried something that blew up in his face, literally. Adnan Januzaj has just scored from Belgium in the World Cup against England, and Batshuayi, well, he wanted to smash the ball into the net a second time in celebration. Then this happened. That was definitely painful, but it was crazy funny too. Not as funny as when Ashley Young got a mouthful of bird poop. Oh my god, that bird has better aim than Hawkeye. But you know what's funny? Ashley Young keeps denying it.
I found this out this week.
Yeah, it didn't happen.
Honestly.
Big man, we all saw it. Heck, I'm sure Phil Jones made one of his faces when it happened. That's right, I'm talking about Phil Jones, the funniest defender in the world and the man with many faces. Maybe he's the inspiration behind Ko the Face Stealer from Avatar. And then again, even Ko would find it hard to steal some of the faces Phil Jones makes. And then there's his hilarious defending. One thing is for sure though, his heart was always in the right place when it came to Manchester United. His head, well, I'm not entirely sure. I feel the same way about Iranian football player Milan Mohammadi. Iran needed a goal against Spain in the 2018 World Cup, and they had the opportunity for a long throw that could turn out to be a big chance or even an assist. Up steps Mohammadi to take the throw. His teammates waited for him. They believed in him. And then he did this. The whole stand behind him burst out laughing. I can imagine how hard it was for him to play the rest of the match. A man who wouldn't have cared was Wayne Shaw. Yep, that's right. The same Wayne Shaw behind Piegate. I'm pretty sure players on the bench would like to chomp down on a huge piece of pie, or a burrito, or a taco, or a shawarma. Well, when you consider the fact that he was 45 and was just filling the quota, then it wouldn't be so crazy. But it's pretty hilarious to see a player eating on the bench. More so, a player of that size. Speaking of bench antics, do you recall that one time when Big Sam Allardyce laughed at an opponent's dive? West Ham faced Swansea in the Premier League when Big Sam was the Hammers coach. Swansea defender Chico Flores was trying to get the ball off his mark and faked a fall that first infuriated Allardyce. After the ref waved to play on, Big Sam taunted Flores, laughed at his face like an overgrown toddler. Flores was hurt. He definitely thought to himself, I need to take diving lessons. He'd have no better teacher than Micah Richards. Big Meeks has won all our hearts as a pundit and one of the fantastic quartet on CBS Sports. but he was also a decent player in his time. And more than that, he was a phenomenal diver. Man, imagine the Olympic gold medal talent England let go. What a man! Tim Sherwood is just as great as Richards. One time, the coach turned pundit even let a fan be the coach for the day. Fans laughed throughout the match, seeing their fellow supporter shouting orders from the bench. It was gloriously hilarious. I'm pretty sure that fan would never forget that experience for the rest of his life. Speaking to journalists after the game, the fan, Danny, said, "During the game, I called some substitutions that I thought he should make, and it just so happened he went on to make them. We were 3-0 up against Aston Villa, and not really showing much, so it was a good opportunity to get some young players on, which he obviously agreed with. Suddenly, he said, 'You know what? You might as well sit in the hot seat.' So I thought, why not? It was just surreal. I didn't know what to make of it. I didn't know if I'd get in trouble for going over the barriers. What a guy!" Sherwood was a class act as a manager, but not many are as amazing as Jurgen J. Klopp at press conferences. One time in his first year at Liverpool, a journalist was asking him questions like, well, here, you have to hear it for yourself.
How are you going to play against Paris tomorrow?
And then Klopp, being the absolute mad lad that he is, said this.
Very erotic voice, by the way, the translator.
Yeah, I know, I burst out laughing too. But that reporter though, what's up with him? Cristiano Ronaldo was definitely thinking the same thing when Ghanaian midfielder Osman Bukhari hit the "see you" against Portugal in the World Cup when Ghana were trailing 3-2. I mean, your side is losing it. You scored a consolation goal and hit the most famous celebration in the world in front of the man who invented it. That's brave. And Cristiano's face? Can we say epic? Well, this next one wasn't epic at all, but it was hilarious. Gary Lineker, one of England's best strikers of all time, pooped himself like a toddler. Here's the story of how it happened from the man himself.
I kind of did a lunge at it, and as I did that, I kind of relaxed and it's just gone woof, right? And I've gone, oh my god, oh my god, and I'm sat there, and it's like, and I'm on the ground, and I remember this.
Gary Lineker had a major accident on pitch, but some fans were speculating Messi and even Ronaldo had this happen too at some point in their careers, but were able to hide it well. I guess this is what it could have looked like. Speaking of hilarious moments on the pitch, there's that one time a steward at the Euro 2020 final thought that the legendary Italian defender Leonardo Bonucci, who was a fan who jumped over the stands, was 200% epic. Just look at Bonucci's face. When it comes to funny moments though, not many characters in football have delivered them like Jose Mourinho, the special one. One time, Mourinho was taking questions from journalists when one of them's phones rang. Normal people would silence the phone or something. Not Mourinho. The man picked it up and answered the call. The whole room burst into laughter. I'd have given up anything to be the person on the other end of that phone though. Imagine going about your day and randomly talking to the one and only Mourinho. Beautiful, isn't it? One of these players couldn't hold in their lunch, but maybe it was because of what he ate. If he ate what Messi's diet looked like, it totally makes sense. Oh, you guys didn't know Messi had a dark phase and his eating habits were terrible? Well, you guys have to click on the video on the screen now to see what Messi actually eats. It'll surprise you.